Come, Lion-O, you promised us a ride.
She said she'd be here. Funny, she's never been late before.
She wasted your time then, didn't she?
I did not. I did it because...
I got a fresh ass.
Everybody, it is 5:30 p.m. Sort of colored people's time. Technically, I started at 5:30, but folks, welcome to Christmas Eve of Earl Grey Tuesday. And once again, it's me, it's the VINCE. Merry Christmas to you too, Pug Man. Merry Christmas to all. Happy New Year. And I hope you get a lot of presents when Santa squeezes his fat white ass down the chimney. All right? Or if you from the ghetto, from me, where we didn't have chimneys in the projects, tough luck, nigga. Folks, I'm going to give you a couple life lessons here. Now, the great one is mentoring people at work. It is very important, everyone, to listen to what the customer is saying. Clean the wax out of your goddamn ears. If they're telling you something, why not investigate it? Check it out. Look around the corner, Look under a rock. Ask somebody, Ask somebody. Not ask somebody. But in any event, as far as Christmas is concerned, I got enough money for gas. I'm going to go visit Mama. Fortunately, Mama's got food cooking. And then I'm going to head home. Like I said, folks, all of my Christmas money was spent on getting my stepdad's license back, which cost me a good pretty penny. But remember, folks, family is more important there, than any type of funds, Was going to go to Hall's Chop House and the Cigar Lounge, but that's all right. I'm going to sit at home. I'm going to just jam, watch some NFL, and just do my thing, Because like I said, folks, you only got one family. You only got one mama. You only got one daddy, and technically, most occasions, you only have one stepdaddy. That's more important than Christmas. So if I got to give up my Christmas day of the stuff I was going to do for that, I wouldn't trade places. Okay? Y'all remember that, in life, got to make choices. It's like that movie Fireproof with Kirk Cameron. Y'all should watch that. It's a good movie. Where he had to decide whether he was going to get that brand new speedboat and quit jerking off the porn, or was he going to take care of his wife as well as his mother that was in the hospital. And Kirk Cameron decided to take care of his wife and take care of her mama. And I hope they lived happily ever after, and Kirk Cameron got to clap those cheeks again, just, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I mean. That's the way Christmas is. My Christmas, I've already given out Christmas. My Christmas was driving 400 and some miles to get my step bags back, license back. So if that means I got to sit at home on Christmas, so be it. But mama cooking. So I'm going to drive up there, drive back, chill at home. Got to work next day. But don't worry, folks. I'm fine. I got to do what I got to do. Oh, boy. How you doing, Quick Pump? So today, I just got off work, too, by the way. So I may be looking a little bit ragged. But the great one is ready to party all night. Woo! So I got a little bit of coffee. No alcohol in it. We might get a little taste later on. But we ain't going to do that. And, of course, I'm going to have one of these. I don't feel like smoking anything major. And, of course, my water cup given to me by my good friend Pugman. Y'all be sure to thank Pugman. Oh, God. Quick Pump. Mama going to be cooking. She going to make some chicken fricassee. Going to make collard greens with a little ham hock in it. You know, a little macaroni and cheese. You know. Got some sweet tea, you know, some cabbage, and some ribs, baby. Gonna eat like some niggas. Always a collard green and always Pugman with the ham hock. Gotta have a ham hock in it. You know, ham hock and everything. Vegan Gains approved ham hocks, by the way. You know, technically the pigs are vegan because they ate grass or slop or whatever, you know. Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, that's gonna be banging. Afterwards, we're gonna watch a little bit of Kojak, or she might want to watch Gunsmoke. That's perfectly fine. The great one can watch either Gunsmoke or Kojak, or you know what? She was wanting to watch Columbo. Y'all ever seen Columbo? Columbo off the chain, man. You know, Peter Falk handled that like a son of a bitch. He handled that show. Ran that for 20 years. Always solving mysteries, smoking a cigar, that little dirty trench coat, you know. So, hey, we might watch some Columbo. If we got to watch Columbo, hey, cool with me. You know what I'm saying? We'll take it back to 1979, goddammit. Or 1972 or 60s. Whenever the show started. I know it started in the 70s. Dang right. Well, like I said, Quick Pump, I got no monies. All right, spend it all on stepdad, and I can't smoke in Mama's house anyway. Mama don't allow you to smoke in house there, you know. So I'm just gonna get one of my good old Mark Twain's, just my regular work cigar, and I'm gonna be all right, you know. Like I said, folks, family comes first. You know, remember that. So, folks, get your questions in. You want to make a donation, you can. Smash the like button. But yeah, Columbo be off the chain, man. He used to be solving those mysteries. Better than Scooby-Doo, baby. Better than Scooby-Doo. And we used to holler at that, especially those Columbo specials. And I mean, tonight I gotta watch, you know, I got BritBox back. I gotta watch my Shakespeare and Hathaway. I like mysteries there, folks, as you guys notice. I like mysteries. I like trying to find the clue to the mystery. I love mystery shows and cowboy shows. Bang, 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 bang. You know? Shoot them niggas up. Indeed. Non-negotiable. I'm going to use the big long one there. I'm going to be fancy with it. Better yet, I'm going to do the Inglourious Bastards here. You remember how he left that bar scene, came out, closed the book, and did this here? Remember that? I know. And he always had to ask, oh, one last thing. No, this ain't a Swisher Sweet. This is a Romeo and Julia. Perfect from a hard day's worth of work. And one last thing. Columbo used to be tripping up niggas there. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You couldn't get anything past Columbo. And Columbo just be coming off like he didn't really know nothing. And then at the last minute, Paya! Oh, one last thing. I gotcha. I gotcha. Like that Queen Bee song. I gotcha. And then the show ends. They don't even see what happens. We like, yep. That's right, folks. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. My nigga, Columbo, there he is. And one last thing. But yeah, he used to always be putting people up. You have to be old enough to remember PP inspections at the nurse. Yeah. Do they still inspect for lice at school, whether kids have lice or not? Most kids don't because they don't even play outside. They are inside playing video games. Unless they family keep a nasty house, they're not going to have no lice. Kids don't play out in the forest no more. They just don't. I wonder if they got a Columbo collection for sale. Let me see. Oh, they got the complete DVD for the 70s, $74.99. And I can get all seasons 1 through 7. But you know what? You can watch Columbo for free on Pluto TV. You understand? Nah, I mean, you ain't got to get the DVDs if you want to watch Columbo. You can watch it on Pluto TV. You could also watch Kojak on Amazon Prime if you got it, or you could watch it on Pluto. Indeed, non-negotiable. And the thing about it is, I mean, most of these shows, they get all technological with the cell phones and all this stuff and the computers. Columbo didn't need no computer. He used his noggin to solve problems. You ain't see him with no computer. He ain't had no cell phone. He ain't need all that. He needed his raggedy ass car and his cigars, and he solved mysteries. Same with Kojak. Kojak had his lollipop or cigarette and his car and his glasses and being cool. That's all he needed. Columbo didn't need all that computer stuff to solve mysteries. Oh yeah, you can watch Kojak on Pluto TV. But you do gotta log in and sign up for a free membership in order to watch the playbacks. But they will do that. It will have commercials, but that's all right. You know, and people always complain about commercials. That's how they pay the bills. The great one does not worry about commercials. Because while the commercials is playing, I can go take a leak. I can go get some more food or another cigar. You know, I can stretch my feet. I can go get the mail outside my door. I can do all that. And you know what? There's also the Columbo books too. You can get the book and you can get the series, complete series. Oh man, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. What do we got here? What do we have here? Is that what I think it is? Now check this out, folks. You can get the complete series, 35 discs, a Columbo for $79.87. Look at that, folks. You can have that all in the box. Look at the box. Is that not awesome? And I almost guarantee one thing. Now, if you guys are going to do a bodybuilding show, then you're going to need this here. They probably still sell it on eBay. The first purchase I ever made from eBay was perfect posing on a VHS tape. Y'all remember VHSs? I know it's in a cigar box case that you could store your cigars in there, Quick Pump. It's not freaking awesome. It's a humidor too. I mean, having a complete series of Columbo in a humidor box. That's all right. That is all right. I wouldn't use it for a humidor, but you got possibilities. You know, eBay's got some weird stuff online that they sell. I don't know why. Bunch of goofs. A lot of trash on, I don't know why all this trash is up here for. But folks, get your questions in. We're going to start videos at 6 o'clock p.m., so you got 10 minutes. And we'll ask a couple more questions. Got some videos by Pugman. And we got a lot of news out. You know, they released more of the Epstein files. But they still hiding some stuff. We need to know what's going on. Yeah, Tefano's got a bunch of stuff. We gonna play that. I am telling you now, folks. Will Vegan Games be joining me for Christmas? He doesn't celebrate Christmas. He's a sadist. He worships the devil. Worships the devil! I don't know. But he lives in Canada. I'm not driving up there. He probably wouldn't even let me in to begin with. And I'm not eating none of that nasty vegan food. I'd rather die of a heart attack, congested heart failure, and eat that crap. If he actually said some grace, he would probably say, good food, good feet, good God, let's eat. What is... Oh my God. This is pathetic. But yeah, we got the Epstein files. We're up here seizing more tankers. They got a 4th oil tanker. We're going for a 5th oil tanker. Now, folks, I will tell you right now, we're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You want to know why? Cuba relies on Venezuelan oil. The country is falling apart. Cuba is literally falling apart with no oil. They have no power, no generators. I mean, some of them got solar, but, you know, I mean, Cuba was already raggedy to begin with. It's going to be even more raggedy-er. It's going to be raggedy-er than before. Yeah, Trump just... And then he blew up a boat with one passenger in it. I mean, literally speaking, we're going to spend $200,000 on a rocket to blow up some one boat? Come on. Yeah, Trump lighting niggas up this year. I'm gonna tell you all that right now. He is lighting people up like a Christmas tree. Christmas is coming early for some of these people because they getting lit up like a Christmas tree. Trump don't care. Put his name on the building of the Kennedy Center. Everybody mad, but Trump gonna be Trump. Like I said, lion is gonna lion. Bear is gonna bear. All right? Dogs are gonna dog. A pit bull's gonna pit bull. You know what I mean? Trump is being Trump. Y'all knew who we was getting into. We knew who he was. And then all of a sudden, people up there acting surprised. Don't be surprised. You didn't want Kamala. I didn't want Kamala. So you didn't get Kamala. You got Trump. So live with your decision and ride the Trump train. Honk, honk. Because that's what you got to do. And you got 3, and these liberals don't realize you got 3 years left to go. So buckle up. If you think the first year was great, wait till you see the next 3 years. I'm going to tell you right now, there ain't going to be no more Cuba in about 3 years. We're locking up those tankers. There's no oil getting over there. All right, none. We locking everything up. Venezuela, they're gonna be starting to eat dogs and cats and stuff. That's how bad we locking things up. And don't even get me started on the on Israel and Palestine. I've told people, folks, I ain't got no dog in that fight. And you can't really have a dog into that fight. That is something that's almost impossible to take sides on. I got a lot of Jewish friends. Got a lot of Asian friends. I got 2 Asian ex-boyfriends, in fact. The last boyfriend I had was Asian. Got a lot of Muslim friends. Got a lot of white friends and a white ex-husband who is white. So in case someone thinks that I'm racist, then you are wrong! Wrong! If I was a racist, would I be married to a white person for 7 freaking years? Think about it. Chuck E. Cheese, I got some bad news for you. The troops didn't get $1,776. That money came out of the housing fund, which means they're going to be paying more money on their housing, and there's no money there to cover it. Sorry, no tortilla. No, I like the big white ass there, Chuck E. Cheese. Although he was a twink, it was a little mini. But I like a big white ass, you know. I like a nice mushy butt sometimes, you know. You can see it reverberate when it goes in, like... Make it wobble like Jello. Make it wobble sometimes like Cosby Jello. Knock them cheeks so hard it'll knock the person out. Like Cosby Jello. Just keeping it real and telling to you like it is. But I've pounded plenty of fat butts before. There's nothing like some good cheeks, you know. You got, you know, when you got someone that's super skinny, you don't want to be hitting bones. You want a little meat on there, you know. Dog likes a bone, but it likes that better if it has some meat on it, you know. The great one likes meat on the bones, you know. I like it thick, not chunky thick, but thick, you know. Almost as thick as the cream in this coffee. And where does it go? Wherever I want. And I will say the last guy wanted it dirty, so I went and grabbed his little ponytail. You know, one of them liberals with the little stupid ponytail. I grabbed him, said, "Come here!" Started just spraying all over his face like, psh, like I was putting out a fire with that fire hose. Exactly, Chuck E. Cheese. They're not paying them $17.76. They're just moving around the money, that's all. Yeah, and things are going to get even worse next year, because guess what's next year, folks? Trump is going to start seizing bank accounts for anyone that's defaulted on their student loans. They're going to be snatching out from wages for anyone that has defaulted on their loans. I'm telling you, folks, people are whining right now. This is year one. The year ain't even ended, and you got 3 years left, so get used to it. You know? My business took it up the ass for $19,000. Or excuse me, $23,000. So I had to sell some of my stock in order to cover the downfall for that. But I got good news. My boy in Bangladesh has got me working like a field slave to make the improvements necessary to the Great One's website. It is the best $300 that I have spent. So here's what he's had me do. He's made me remove the header off of this side, remove the phone number, organize the frequently asked questions, us, and shop with the category logo. Frequently asked questions has all these nice push down boxes and stuff. He also made me add, let's see, last checked out products and stuff. Hold on, let's do this. So I put in the recently viewed products. And then, of course, the cream of the crop. Simplified help and support, remove policies and everything. So it's much nicer now. Hopefully that'll get this website on Google to where I can actually make some goddamn money. And I'm going to do that for all my websites. So next year's going to be pretty good. I should have went to him to begin with. Chuck E. Cheese, they don't. We're gonna be fucked anyway. But it is now 6 o'clock p.m. Let's start and get rid of the Tefano stuff out of the way, you know. I don't want to middle or end the show with a bad taste in my mouth.
Some of you guys commented to make a GoFundMe, but I have in the past, and they always take it down. Kickstarter, GoFundMe, GiveSendGo, all these websites are for people.
What do you need a GoFundMe for? Your business last year took in $4.3 million. What do you need a GoFundMe for?
People in the club, members of the elite. These websites funnel money to those people, and if you're not part of them, they will ban your campaign. I've had it happen in the past with other things, and my campaign here was taken down. That's why we made the website watchbytabon.com, which is private, and they can't take it down, but I've made multiple videos about this. They're always heavily shadow banned and censored because they don't want you to know the truth about these donation websites. And
Oh, that's bullcrap. You don't want the GoFundMe simply due to the fact that GoFundMe takes a percentage of those donations. You have them going directly to your website, you keep 100%. Don't fool me, boy. Don't fool me.
Someone also asked, hey, Frank, why don't you live stream? Same reason. I'm heavily censored and shadow banned, and I don't get views when I try to call these people out for things they've done to me. So it's really unfortunate. I just accept it for what it is, and I try my best with my business to make enough money to cover my medical expenses.
Boo-hoo. Y'all know he lying about that, but in any event, I'm going to get all this Stefano crap out of the way.
The last thing I want to do on social media is talk about my botched surgery, my eyes, all.
Really? That's all you've been talking about for the past 2 years. I think, well, of course, Chuck E. Cheese, everything's going to be better because it can't get much worse, you know. But I've said that before.
All of this stuff, but I haven't been compensated. And
the problem is, Chuck E. Cheese, is there's no plan in place. There's no contingency. My Republican Party has not put together anything for health care or anything. They've been spending too much time looking for each other's dick to suck off, basically.
And it's completely destroyed my life and financial situation. And from what I've seen, it's, you know, minimum of a few $1 million for being partially blind, permanently disabled, and having to undergo almost 10 surgeries under anesthesia. Now, some people say that there's legitimacy to the court system. In my experience, no. So my only choice really is to continue to speak out on social media. And if I have to do it for the rest of my life and cost these plastic surgery lunatics tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars by deterring people from getting plastic surgery, I'll do it, but I don't want to. And the federal case seems to be okay, like the judge isn't completely crooked, but since the start, this state court judge has been out to get me. And the real issue is I've had to undergo multiple surgeries where I was incapacitated for weeks to months at a time, and I was unable to engage in court correspondence. Now, I always sent notices to the state court, which the clerk ignored or did some BS. So not only will these state court judges just completely screw you over, the clerks in the offices are just as crooked. They'll ignore your filings, they'll dismiss them for ridiculous reasons. They really don't want you representing yourself as pro se. They really don't. So
no, because you don't know what you're talking about. That's why you need to get an attorney, and no attorney will defend you, which is why you're having to do it yourself.
Every single time, like in December, right after I filed the case, I had strabismus surgery, and the defendants filed opposition. I was unable to respond to it. The judge granted whatever. Then in May, I had to undergo orbital reconstruction in Los Angeles. Same thing happened. Then in November of this year, I went to undergo another surgery. Basically, I send the notice to court in. I let the judge know, hey, I have to get surgery. Please give me extra time to respond. They say no. They let the defendants and the doctor win the case and dismiss my case. It's really, really crazy if you think about it. I am botched and disfigured and suing this surgeon because of what he did to me. And then I have to actually go undergo procedures while trying to defend myself in court, and the judge is siding with it's so hypocritical, it's comical. Like, this guy's disabled and he can't respond to the court.
You're not disabled. You can see, you can walk and talk, you can obviously feed animals. Why do you keep saying that?
Correspondence because of what this doctor did to him, and you're allowing the doctor to get away with the responses without allowing the plaintiff to participate. It's completely crazy to me. It's completely crazy how corrupt and ridiculous this judge is. And I've done YouTube videos that weren't deleted because my previous TikTok account was taken down, but it's another dismissal. Go figure.
Shut up, fool. Yeah, I mean, Chuck E. Cheese, this year I was able to clear the fat. You know, I'm now off of, like I said, I was with Green Geeks. And recently, folks, Green Geeks raised their prices on their VPS servers. I want you to check this out. It's $179.95 a month, and that doesn't include all of the other services that's required. And this amount will go up to $350 a month. And I was spending $260 a month, but now that I got my big beautiful server, you know, at Hostinger, you know, like I said, $179 a month as opposed to my AI-powered big beautiful server. Look at that, it even got better graphics. I want y'all to check out this pricing. Why does it keep doing that for? Look at this here, $9.99, $19.99 a month. And of course I bought 24 months. And I got the most powerful one, $19.99. Hey, that's all right, $480. Big beautiful server, indeed. I got the most powerful powerful server ever. So yeah, I cleared out a lot of the extra fat there, Chuck E. Cheese, so there's a lot of good points. Plus, gold doubled, so I doubled my money in gold. So there are good points and bad points here. I just want my fellow Republicans to come up with the game plan of some type, at least. Come up with something for the peoples. That's all you gotta do. That's all we're asking. Oh yeah, and I had that coupon too from Hostinger. So
On social media is talk about my botched surgery. If you guys don't have access to raw milk in the United States, we ship to...
I am not drinking no raw milk. All of my stuff's going to be pasteurized. I'm not trying to get diseases and stuff. That's why they pasteurize milk for.
all 50 states on Frankie's Free Range Meat, the highest quality and most affordable raw dairy products available online. We have a full selection of cow, goat, and sheep dairy. So whether you want, regular milk or butter, even things like kefir, yogurt, all types of cheeses, heavy cream, sour cream, cottage cheese, cream cheese. We try to have an extreme variety, so whatever raw dairy product you like, it's available on frankiesfreerangemeat.com, shipped to your door for free. And of course, we have a full selection of meats, beef, pork, chicken, everything the highest quality pasture raised, and even sourdough bread pastries and some very unique products on frankiesfreerangemeat.com.
That actually sounded normal. I want my stuff pasteurized. I'm sorry. I can't do that.
I'm going to show you guys my morning smoothie / energy drink that has some really unique things, I promise.
I thought you were disabled. What do you need an energy drink for?
You have never seen anywhere else. The star of the show is Sky High Organic Energy, which is a custom formulation I came up with on organsupplements.com. It's the basic things you see in an energy drink, like sugar, caffeine, fruit flavors, but all the highest quality organic versions and added protein. So really, really special. If you want to learn more about that, you can read about it on the website, but we're going to do 3 scoops of this. I like to add more protein, so we're going to add a scoop of collagen peptides. And what's really special is I took a scoop of grass-fed gelatin, I warmed it up in some water last night, and we have basically, you know...
That's way too much work, folks. Now you got a pot to clean out and everything? No. No.
Pure clear gelatin that we're going to add to the smoothie, which has different type of amino acids and protein. So we got the nice balance of all the different types of those amino acids in the gelatin and the collagen peptides. I like adding a little more B vitamins, so we're going to open a B vitamin capsule, and then this is some extra soluble fiber, some acacia powder. So all of these things are actually in the energy drink besides the acacia powder. But I just like adding more because, like everything, you know, nutrition and supplements are very subjective. You have to cater to what your body is. So I have a little more muscle and I'm trying to do some liver detox. So I want some protein and some fiber. All right, so we're going to do about 8 ounces of glass.
Just way too much work.
Bottled mineral water. This time it's Icelandic glacial. So then we have our clear gelatin. And again, guys, we took 2 scoops of gelatin in some 120-degree water last night and just let that sit overnight to hydrate really well because it's a dry powder. And then we just want to add more water to reach the 16 ounces, 2 cups. So of the energy drink, I'm going to do about 2.5 scoops. And this is really delicious, guys. The only reason I really come out with products is if I make them and they taste really good, I get excited and I launch them. So they're healthy and they're also really, really tasty. So we broke open the B vitamin capsule, 1 scoop of collagen.
Why not just take the vitamin B capsule right then and there?
Peptides, most affordable collagen online by far. Most people are 2 to 3 times the price. Now this is organic clear acacia powder, which is a soluble fiber, which basically sucks up and absorbs all of the toxins that come out of your liver whenever you drink or have a meal. So we're doing 1.5 tablespoons. Now I'll let this go for about 20 seconds. Almost forgot because it was so small it was hiding back here. Our probiotic. So 1 scoop of our powdered probiotic powder. This is super duper foamy and airy. I like pouring it back into the glass bottle. Really delicious, guys. Everything's on.
It ain't delicious, you nasty motherfucker. The logo of this brand looks like something Bradder. I get the idea of what type of logoing he's doing Raw Foods, and it's a good strategy. You know, it's, you know, people, I mean, it's a good strategy. It's the way I would have my labeling for supplements if I sold them. I'll just be honest with you. If there's one decently smart thing that he's done is he's done his nutritional labeling like that, because black and white labels are going to be much cheaper than color ones. And that definitely counts a long way when you're doing a whole bunch of products here. You know, you're saving thousands of dollars using black and white labels.
We do have fresh, never frozen shipping options available on Frankie's Free Range Meat if you're a raw primal dieter. And if you're unfamiliar, this guy Jonas Vonderplanitz created the raw primal diet and this myth that frozen food loses 90% of its nutrients. But if that was true, then the native Alaskans, the Inuit people who only ate frozen meat would never have, you know, they would have ceased to exist. It's not actually true. We've done studies on YouTube debunking this, but the point of this video is fresh, never frozen shipping option. All of our dairy products are fresh, never frozen, and we do have ground beef available fresh on a weekly basis. We used to do other cuts, but the demand just wasn't there. You know, most of these raw primal dieters are kind of stingy. They don't actually want to spend more money on fresh, high-quality products, so we kind of stopped doing all of the different cuts fresh. Maybe in the future, sometime we'll do it, but it's not going to happen for a little while. And I'm just a little turned off because I've seen people attempting to slander my business in the comments from this specific community saying, he only sells frozen meat and it loses 90% of the nutrients when you freeze it. Like really, really brain dead stuff. We have raw unsalted cheese. As I said, all of the dairy products, the raw milk, the raw kefir, yogurt, cream cheese, cottage cheese, whatever dairy product you want, raw butter. We have it all raw.
Next. We don't want to hear you selling. We want to hear you go crazy.
I've always been shadow banned, and it's
perfect.
Really because I'm not in the club. And the best example of that is probably a few years ago where I made the Best Burger Reviews channel. We visited every single burger restaurant in New York City. I think it was like 150 places, and we rated all of them. No one else had done burger reviews before. I feel like I did a really good job, and I spent way too much money hiring a professional videographer going to these places. We ended up with, oh wow, no, we almost did 200 places, like 208 videos, and 3,000 subscribers. But I had the gut feeling it was a bad idea going into it, and I knew I was shadow banned before. And you kind of try to think, hey, I'm starting a new thing, I shouldn't be shadow banned, but they knew who I was. They didn't let me get views, but a few people definitely plagiarized and stole ideas from this channel that you've probably seen. I've always been shadow banned, and it's really because I'm not. Earlier this year, we tried to import some A5 Japanese Wagyu.
Oh, here we go again about those damn burgers.
And this company who was responsible for filing the entry paperwork didn't do it. And then about a week and a half later, tried to charge us 10 days of storage fees. And I had to call up everyone I knew at the USDA, at Customs, etc., just to find out that they simply didn't file the entry paperwork and were trying to pull a quick one on me and trying to scam me for $10,000 plus. And not only did $20,000 worth of Wagyu beef rot in a shipping container, now that company refuses to do business with me, which as a meat company, you know, millions of dollars worth of lost revenue over the remaining. I can't sell Wagyu beef for the rest of my business career. Like, how crazy is that? Always forwarding, should be out of business. God knows how many other small businesses they've taken advantage of. You guys can see the full story on YouTube. Earlier.
You won't believe this, but I already know about that. Anything that's homosexual related, I'm going to know. I already knew the Blue Oyster was shot on location in Toronto.
Earlier this year,
I mean, the truth of the matter is, because of that movie, there's other places called the Blue Oyster. You know, if I was ever going to have a gay bar, I would probably call it the Blue Oyster just for S's and G's, you know. But in any event, let's start with the regular videos now that we got that other crap out. We got Pugman's videos. Pugman, you put a couple of up here, so looking forward to see what you got for me, bruh.
Shop that I buy.
Frank just posted some new shorts. Holy fuck, he's retarded.
If you guys want a quick eye update, we can activate frog mode pretty easily. So unless my eyes are focusing, one of them will always go.
Whoa. Jeez.
Oh my god. Oh god. Oh. I didn't see this video. Oh my god. His eye is fucked up.
Out, and I can actually switch which one is in focus, and this is because we had a strabismus surgery to try to fix my cross eyes. So I was really cross-eyed after that doctor botched me, and they turned my eyes out. What they should have done was add medial support, which they did now, but now my eyes are pointing out because of that strabismus surgery they did. So we have to undo one of the corrective surgeries that was actually the incorrect procedure to do. That is, if things don't look better in another month or two, because my vision really hurts. It always goes out of focus. It's very hard to keep my eyes like this. Aesthetically, you know, I don't have a negative canthal tilt anymore. My eyes are further set apart, so I might actually look better than I did before any surgery, but the pain and vision issues are very...
Dude, this is fucking crazy. He looks like Sparage here. Oh my god, what a fucktard. This is so insane. Let's see, he has a bunch of new ones.
Upon your coloring, right? So Milano Tan 2, guys.
Oh, I already saw that one.
Conveyor, and it gets sprayed with a pyruvic acid, which is an intervention.
These commercial meat guys only care about profit. It's never about health. And, you know, from the beginning, I'm sure this guy has put tons and tons and tons, literal tons of chemicals in his meat over the years he's been operating his business. And, I mean, not only are these chemicals bad for you,
Acetic acid and hydrogen peroxide are safe to consume.
they do taste off. You know, I mean, I used to work in New York restaurants and I was close with some chefs. They complained about the burger patties this guy sold. And yeah, when you're spraying peracetic acid on the grind meat right before you
Oh, most people get that. No, never.
grind it, it's gonna mess up the flavor of the meat. You can taste it in the meat, and you don't want it. It's a mixture of basically vinegar and hydrogen peroxide, which is why on Frankie's Free Range Meat we don't spray the cow at all. We just use hot water on the carcass, and
Yep. Nice food poisoning for you.
we don't add any extra before we grind. So big difference in just reducing the chemical content of the meat.
Grinds are going up.
Of this guy buying prime rib at Costco, someone left a comment, "I don't trust Costco meat anymore. The chicken always smells so bad, and the Wagyu beef they sell smells terrible." Hey, there's your Freemason feedlot.
Maybe it has something to do with it being dead, rotten animal flesh. I don't know.
Garbage. These conventionally raised animals that are fed super cheap, low quality corn and soy nonsense, pumped full of antibiotics, vaccines. The animals are super sick. They smell terrible. Their insides are diseased. That translates directly to the meat, which is then bleached, sprayed with chlorine, packaged in vacuum, and then sails on a ship for 2 months to the States before you eat it. So keep in mind, not only is this Costco meat from sick, low-quality animals, it's also several months old in some cases. So that's why Frankie's Free Range Meat, we don't do any of that stuff. We have the highest quality, freshest beef. Make sure you're supporting the right people. And know a lot of the reasons that you shouldn't be buying meat from these big processors, mainly supermarkets, Costco, etc., because of the cleaning chemicals and super strong stuff they need to sanitize these facilities on a large scale. Now imagine you have these workers that don't care too much about their job, and the USDA, the government, is screaming at them to use bleach and these super strong chemical cleaners. And
They don't use bleach on meat.
that's what the meat is touching. The meat is touching the surface of those chemical cleaners, which is getting mixed into the meat. Sometimes it's so much you can even taste it in the meat. So, you know, mainly supermarkets, Costco, places like that. And I've seen these huge microwave machines that they blast frozen boxes of meat with to thaw them out within like 45 minutes. It's insane. So the
Yeah, you could just, like, not eat meat.
ground beef tastes off. There's a reason why. Eyes wandered, and you know, the poor vision and me being in several car accidents just this year is nothing compared to the amount of pain I'm in. Today was one of the few times per month where it's really bad and I'm incapacitated for like 48 hours straight, just lying in bed trying to get the headache to go away, like hydrating and just eating. Still in pretty bad pain right now, but like I woke up at 10 with a mild headache, tried to get some work done. By 1 p.m. I was speeding home in my car to just try to lie in bed, and now it's 10 p.m. basically laid in bed for 9 hours straight and I'm still in a lot of pain. So hopefully by tomorrow morning we're somewhat functional, and most days I can get like 2 to 3 hours of work done, but now is one of those times where I can't do anything. I have to lie in bed all day, and no doctor wants to help or treat my pain.
I can't get addicted to drugs. I work all day. I lie in bed all day.
Pain's been even gotten worse since October when I jacked up my neck in this car accident. Before, the migraines were horrendous.
Oh, so now he's claiming he hurt his neck, even though he never mentioned that before.
It's enough now, like my neck is jammed because my airbag did not deploy, and
Frankenstein. I mean, you know, with those wandering eyes, you know, he could sign up for some sort of circus act, you know, King of the Freaks and stuff.
I hit my head on the steering wheel, which, like, I mean, hitting my head on the steering wheel wasn't the problem. It's like when the accident happened, my neck jerked, and I don't know. It's been hurting since the accident back in October, and there was an active recall on that vehicle for those airbags, so I don't know if I'm going to get compensated at all for this, but it's just like adding on top of all the pain and all the nonsense. I'm actually thinking of stem cell therapy or something, or I don't know what can fix the pain now, because you know my neck and my head are in so much pain every single day. I basically can't leave bed, so I don't know.
So now he's claiming he can't leave bed because of the car accident. Like, he just lies constantly.
I don't know what options there are, but what the doctors are currently doing and the physical therapy, it's not helping at all, and they won't give me any medications that work.
Oh my god, Frank's just a wreck. I'm shocked.
I would agree he is indeed a wreck. All right, let's see what we got next. We already played Frank Tefano KCB. Thank God. I try to get that out of the way because it's annoying.
Come on.
Do 6 de 2023, às 4 horas da tarde, essa vai pro Caio. Ó, dancinha. Tchá, 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 tchá.
Come on.
Do 6 de 2023, às 4 horas da tarde, essa vai pro Caio. Ó, dancinha. Tchá, 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 tchá.
Come on.
Now, just to the credit, a refrigerator does not only weighs maybe 150 pounds, but that is kind of embarrassing there. Plus, he's got to carry it all the way up, but yeah. Good stuff, Pugman. Nowadays, I don't know why ICE is rounding up these people for. I don't get it. Holy moly. Let me play this back, folks. Look at the size of his tricep. Look at that tricep. Exactly. There's a difference between work strength and show-off strength there, you know. And the truth of the matter is, when it comes to cement, you know, back when I was children's, we used to take a broom handle, cut it up into pieces, and we would buy some cement and some water. We'll take some tomato cans, and we would make our own dumbbells. I shit you not, we had that. We had the bench press machine. We don't know how many pounds it weighed, but it was good enough. We got some work done. Indeed, yes we did. We got work done. We put that in.
I love you, Becky.
I ain't never seen nothing so beautiful since you brought home them 5 triple whoppers.
I love you, Becky.
I gotta watch that.
I ain't never seen nothing so beautiful since you brought home them 5 triple whoppers.
Gotta love AI, folks. AI is quite scary. I mean, it really is. And no, it was an iceberg, fortunately. They have a weight capacity limit for people on the Titanic there. Do you folks, let me do you guys know why Saudi Arabia does not have a weight problem? The reason being is if you get significantly overweight, they will actually come and arrest you, and they will put you into a special program, basically a room to where you can't get nothing but water to drink until you lose the weight. I kid you not.
I think that people should be doing whatever it takes, right? And that's just taking it a step further. It's not one or the other. I'm literally doing whatever it takes.
Yeah, isn't that funny? Whatever it takes, except, I don't know, go to the gym, put the fork down, do cardio, get Coach Greg's cookbook.
Fuck you and your cookbook, okay? Just get on with the damn show.
I mean, whatever it takes, right? You aren't a Rich Piana fan, you're a poser.
What's the pump thing? You've done
The
that?
dick pump? I don't really have time to do it anymore. Just to be fully honest, I don't even work out anymore. I haven't gone to the gym in over a month.
Just like he doesn't have time to go to the gym. I mean, it would take an hour. He has 24 hours in a day. He also doesn't have time to do the pump on the downstairs anymore.
Lanolin, Devive, waste of time. Just get some multivitamins. You know, your body's gonna... Look, folks, let me tell you something about food and vitamins. No matter what you eat or drink, it's all going to turn into doo-doo, okay? The body is going to take what it takes from the nutrients you get, and it's going to turn the rest into doo-doo, okay? Doo-doo. You could take 400 grams of protein a day, but any protein that your body does not use turns to doo-doo. Okay? Period. Doo-doo! That's what it's going to turn into. Doo-doo! That's the same with vitamins. The body is going to get the vitamins. If it's there, it's going to take it. If it doesn't need it, it's going to turn into doo-doo. All right? Remember that. Doo-doo.
Clavicular. I gotta save you some time. Harder than last time, code Greg, 15% off. You can say all...
Shut the... Oh, God, I gotta get rid of these commercials.
You can make a video saying, hey, it didn't work, and you get your money back. Where are you losing?
I fully agree. The gym is one of the most important things you could do as a man for looks maxing.
Doesn't that cancel everything there is about this man? If he is so good at looks maxing, he can't even do the number one thing on that list. How is this your coach, your savior?
Yeah, what about the men?
Exactly. Most people can only absorb that today. Now, if you're taking steroids, you can absorb a lot more, but for your average person, yeah, 100 to 150 grams is going to be doing it.
So aspect of it, though.
Of the gym?
Yeah.
I hate the gym.
Bro, who was your phys ed teacher? You needed Coach Greg in your life. Imagine if there were more Coach Gregs around the world. Perhaps there were 1 million of Coach Greg. The world would have no problems. Perhaps he's not watching enough Coach Greg videos. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't see the joy, the excitement. Claviculum. You get to the gym, you go and do your treadmill, you put on a Coach Greg video, you watch it, and you get motivated. It's that simple. Why do you think I have over 2 million followers? To motivate people. You really think 2 million people...
Is this a video about clavicular or about yourself, you self-centered, arrogant bastard?
Follow me so that they can buy Turk Builder Max and Turk Platinum? Or that the only reason they're following me is so that they can buy my cookbook? No, it doesn't work like that. What people do is they follow you and they want to learn from you. What are your secrets? What is your dieting like? What is your coaching? Well, I do all these recipes, of which I have tons of videos showing you exactly the recipes on video.
I've already said before in the past that his cookbook is really good. And I've, but beyond that, just because you have something good doesn't mean that you are the SHIT. Greg is still annoying. For as good of a cookbook he has, the Turk Builder,
Perhaps you missed them, and they say, please make a cookbook. We want to buy the recipes. And so I do. And close to 100,000 copies later, we're here today. Claviculum. I offer coaching, cookbooks, training books, supplements, all as a benefit to the viewer. They watch the videos and they consume if they want. If they don't care. I'm not lying. I'm not scamming. I'm not making shit up. I literally call out the bullshit, which is everything that you've been spewing.
and sell products all at the same time. You're like a walking advertisement.
You know, the gym influencers, like maybe you watch Rich Piana, like 8-hour arm workout.
I've used this cookbook before. There's a lot of good recipes. I have the book early on. I have his old cookbook before he started charging like $100 and some for it. But yeah, I have his cookbook still somewhere in my files. It's actually an ebook. It's a good cookbook, but you know, the Turk Builder, I mean, seriously. I don't use it anymore because I have my own recipes.
Like, that is fun.
How is going to the gym for 8 hours like Rich Piana fun? That's moronic. I mean, Rich Piana is no longer with us, and he stopped producing content when you were 11. Why were you watching Rich Piana when you were 11?
In terms of hypertrophy, it's not exactly a fun process. Like, we're talking low rep ranges, high restorations. So it's not like really that much enjoyment to me.
Clavicular, can you not just watch a frigging Coach Rick video? Why don't you get my free training program? This is all you need to do.
Probably lost about like 15 pounds since I started streaming.
Might have been the math though.
Well, it could have been the math, but yeah, it's just like a lack of time.
No, a lack of time is a lie. It's copium. You're coping. You have plenty of time. An hour a day, you don't have an hour from your day to go and be healthy. If you're actually making this much money, of which you should be, could you not buy some piece of cardio for your house?
Because I was also reading on forums about, you know, like bodybuilding.com. And I was like, wait a second, if there are these steroids that I could take, like, it's like a cheat code in video game. Like, why wouldn't I do it?
And so again, we have bodybuilding.com and forums talking about steroids. Ruined this man. At 14, decided my body dysmorphia is so bad that I need drugs in order to ascend quicker because my face isn't manly enough.
I was just dirty bulking off of fast food every day, just trying to put on as much muscle as possible. Then I was like, wait, maybe, you know, I'm going about this a little bit wrong.
Yeah, maybe had you watched Coach Greg and learned that you don't need to bulk and cut, that you can actually maintain, you wouldn't have had all these problems. You bulked, your face got fatter, you didn't like your look, and so you used steroids and Retta. Versus Coach Greg says, healthy body fat percentage for you. Perhaps it's 15%. And you maintain and slowly build muscle. That's what you should have done as a teenager. But Greg's message, it doesn't work. It's not good advice. Growing up and maturing is realizing that Coach Greg was right all along.
I saw a clip of you putting, like, I don't know, on your shoulders.
Shoulder pads?
Bro, that was, I'm not gonna lie, that was the gayest thing I've ever saw, though.
That's gay?
Why it's gay is what people are saying is because it's very feminine. Women will wear padding, they'll pad their bras and so on. And so if a man is padding his shoulders to pretend he has delts, he's essentially trying too hard. It's one thing to go to the gym and want to build your shoulders, you're doing your laterals, your presses, and your muscles get bigger. But if you're trying to cheat and you go to the clubs looking for a girl and you have padding glued on, and it...
Vince, show us a little author El Ray's cookbook. Folded hands emoji.
Quick Pump with a $2 donation. That's on another computer. It's an ebook. I have a hard copy somewhere, but that's actually in storage there. But again, thanks for the donation there. I'll show it one of these days here, Quick Pump. I mean, actually, hold on. Probably It's going to be archival information here. There we go. This is the book I actually have, but you can actually loan it out from the Internet Archives. That's if you wanted it. But subsequently, if you go to Internet Archive or archive.org, you can actually rent out the book, and but this is someone's actual book that they just scanned on there, so that's why it has these red and yellow markings and stuff. But you can actually go on the Internet Archive and you can actually read the book itself. That's a preview. You'll have to log in to borrow it and set up an account, but yeah, you can read his book. But again, thanks for the donation. I almost forgot about that. You have to understand, the book is public domain because author El Rey is no longer around. They're no longer in business or anything, so his book is, easily available.
And you go home with her, and then the shirt comes off, and she's thinking, what is that padding? And your shoulders are actually small. It's embarrassing, and she's going to get the ick, because women don't want men to act like them. If they did, they would be gay, aka women would want to be with women. And when men put on makeup and concealer and all that stuff, and wear padding and do all the things, women aren't attracted to that because it's not masculine. Now, I'm not saying there's no women that like it, but perhaps 90% they don't like that. And so if you're playing the odds and statistics, and if you say you're so autistic, you want...
I like it. I like guys that wear makeup. Goodrum approved.
Understand that if you're being masculine, your odds are better because 90% of women are going to like that. But if you start acting too gay, makeup, etc., well, you're only down to about 10% they're going to be into that.
That works for me.
And I don't like them odds.
Most people would absolutely take the easy route, but that's not really my responsibility.
Bro, you're on red on steroids and you don't go to the gym. You are the easy route. You are, in fact, easy in more ways than one.
I think that people should be doing whatever it takes, right? And that's just taking it a step further. It's not one or the other. I'm literally doing whatever it takes.
Yeah, isn't that funny? Whatever it takes, except, I don't know, go to the gym, put the fork down, do cardio, get Coach Greg's cookbook. I mean, whatever it takes, right? You aren't a Rich Piana fan. You are a poser.
I think, well, me and Togi might have a good amount of similarities. It's maybe slightly different intent.
Yeah, Togi has better intent than you even. At least Togi's donating money to charity. He's trying to do better. You're actually doing worse than Togi now. And so how does that make you feel?
Greg, he makes a lot of these videos calling me out for doing roids.
Is it just me calling out for doing steroids, of which he did so at 14, and so I do think that's justified? Or is it also doing Retta, 15 milligrams a day, doing math, sniffing creatine, and selling programs for...
Quick Pump, the book is rare, but it's not impossible to get, though. It's if you look close enough, it's relatively moderately easy to get. You can get it off of Amazon, but the only thing is that you're not going to probably get a brand new copy. You're going to get a used copy.
$49 a month to 14-year-olds on how to look smacks, including using pharmacology to minors. Oh, and let's not forget when he was using a syringe and poking that 17-year-old girl in the face with some kind of fat dissolver. And so is it really just steroids? Why is he minimizing my argument so much in order to make it look like he didn't do anything really that bad?
Then he'll push his compliments of testosterone and all this bullshit.
How many people think that he has tried this? Guaranteed he has not.
I've not tried Turk Builder, and I already know it's garbage. I mean, you don't have to buy a product to know whether something's garbage or not, I mean, that's... Seriously.
And if he did, he would have got his money back if it didn't work. And so...
I want you guys to read below. empty boxes will not be considered for a refund. And Greg always encourages you to use it. If you're not satisfied, return within 60 days. Guess what, folks? You've already used the product within 60 days in its entirety. So you have an empty box. And empty boxes will not be considered for a refund. You asshole. Please read full terms and conditions below. Okay. Let's stop it right here for real quick. Let's see the actual terms and conditions for Turk Builder. I usually call it, I think it's Turd Cutter, if you ask me there. In any event, where's Greg Doucette's stupid website? Fucking dung beetle. Let's see what those actual terms and conditions are. Obviously, his website is crap. I mean, look how long is it taking to load up. That's horrible. Why is the website loading up so slow? All right. Yeah, stupid pop-up. Everyone hates pop-up ads. All right. Where are the terms and conditions? Please read the terms and conditions below. Except there is no terms and conditions. Now, I want you guys to read this. Let's... Just as I thought. So, there is no money-back guarantee, so I'm going to take this off here. The return must be requested within 60 days of receipt delivery. By that time, you've used the bottle. The return is eligible for first-time buyers only. See? The return is eligible for single bottle unit purchases only. So if you purchase 2 bottles, you're out of luck. The return is available for customers worldwide. The problem is if it was worldwide, then you would spend more money in shipping. Empty bottles or boxes will not be considered for a refund. You must return the physical container and at least 1 serving. Well, 1 pill or 1 bar must be remaining inside the packaging to prove it's not fully consumed. Customers are responsible for the charges and tax of return shipping and must arrange their own return courier. We will provide a $50 store gift card upon proof of return shipment to offset these costs. That's not actually too bad there. Online, except that it's a gift card for his store, so you're not really getting reimbursed. Online orders cannot be exchanged. That makes sense here. That's good. After the customer service department confirms the exchange request, please ship the return parcel within 7 days. Sale items cannot be returned or exchanged. So if you get the bottle on sale, you cannot return it. And what sort of circumstance when something isn't on sale? So basically speaking, you get a $50 gift card for the trouble for shipping, except the $50 gift card is something that you can only spend on Greg's website. So that's not being refunded. If any of the criteria above cannot be met and you are not satisfied with the product, please reach out to us anyway and we'll evaluate on a case-to-case basis. So in other words, folks, you get bupkis, all right? There's so much stuff in this return policy that you're not going to get anything out from it.
So where is his complaint? Turkestrone from Ajuga.
I mean, literally speaking, the cost for shipping in itself, I mean, you're basically losing a refund, and he gives you a $50 gift card to spend on his store again. That doesn't make any bit of sense.
Turkistanica from Uzbekistan is not the fake bullshit that's being sold by, I don't know, clients like your favorite Gorilla Mind, Derek. Remember, HCLT Turk, it's from a Juga, proven from Uzbekistan. It's not the...
None of these products are FDA approved, okay? None of these products are FDA approved. Why does he keep saying that for?
Fake copycat plant, probably cyanosis, that other companies, almost all, are selling, including, remember that Turkplex sold by Derek from Gorilla Mine, and they're not selling it anymore?
No, they're not selling it anymore. Much like every other Turk product. You're not the first person to sell Turk stuff. Before that, it was Smilax, okay? And now it's Turk. It's the same garbage.
I wonder why they're not selling it anymore. Do you think I might have chain of custody proof of what it actually is? Oh, but they didn't promise it was turkesterone. No, they just put the freaking turkesterone molecule in the bottle, right-click the URL, turkesterone. Where is the call-out of Derek or other influencers? Why is it all on Coach Greg, the big bad wolf? And so listen, Clav, wolves don't concern themselves with the opinions of sheep. And so I'm simply stating facts. The facts about what you are as an influencer, the worst influencer in the world. You can say my supplements don't work, of which you've never tried them. You can lie about what I've done, but people see through this. I'm not wrong. And when you grow up and look back, you'll realize that everything I said was right. That you shouldn't have gone on testosterone at 14, that you shouldn't be using all these drugs, and that you should be going to the friggin' gym.
It's a marketing tactic.
Yeah. I mean, it's how fitness has been forever. Before it was like the ads, they were like 500% increase, like eating this protein.
And Bradley, you're such a cuck boy sitting there going along with him. Yeah, he responds, bodybuilders back in the day saying it's 500% better. Did I say that this is 500% better? No. I said it puts on muscle, it helps you recover. Where did I say 500%?
Doesn't matter if it said 500%, it doesn't work.
I said it's better than creatine. I'm sorry, it's the truth. Oh, the studies don't prove it. The studies were using cyanosis. They weren't even using Ajuga. That's like saying, oh, there's studies on creatine saying it doesn't work. Instead of using creatine, they're using sawdust. Oh, the studies prove it doesn't work. Yeah, it's proves sawdust doesn't work. Do you understand it now?
I don't recommend people to take steroids unless they have extremely comprehensive knowledge on what they're doing.
You start studying them at 14 and wait 6 months or so that when you're 14 and a half, you know so much about it and you're an expert, and then you can do it. And if you don't
Hey, there's plenty of kids that are like 10 years old and they're getting out of college. Kids are not as dumb as they used to, but at the same time, you shouldn't be taking steroids as a child or so forth. You should wait a little bit, when you're an adult or responsible adult. And only under the coverage of a doctor, or so. But anyway.
Understand how to do it. I, at 19, will coach you on how. I will explain it. It's only $49 a month, of which I believe over 40% of his audience is between the ages of 14 and 17. That's what we have. We have a man teaching kids, minors, how to abuse and take
Clavicular is definitely not a man. What is he, like 18 or 19 or something like that?
Pharmaceutical drugs, peptides, you name it. You've seen it. It's not up for debate. This is what he's doing.
But for when Greg, who literally uses steroids to attribute his success to a cookbook, like, what are we talking about here?
Let's dive back a little bit, Claviculum. I was natural for 42 competitions, and I trained natural for over 20 years. You've seen my natural physique. It's far superior than yours, better than 99.999% of people. I then decided to go on steroids because I wanted an IFBB Pro card because I couldn't make gains anymore. I reached my natural genetic limit. Throughout all of those years being natural, I invented recipes to make my diets easier because it was very hard to diet all the time because I didn't have amazing genetics for being shredded. I did have great genetics for muscle insertion, symmetry, and so on. As I got older, I had more and more.
You see, this is okay. I still hate Greg's guts at this point.
I invented recipes to make my diets easier because
You see, this is one of the recipes that I used to use, especially the French toast from his cookbook and stuff. And this is really good, and it's very good for you there. But beyond that, I don't know where he lost his path to where he had to go from selling a really good cookbook to selling stuff like Turk Builder and everything. But, you know, it's the call of the dollar.
Because it was very hard to diet all the time because I didn't have amazing genetics for being shredded. I did have great genetics for muscle insertion, symmetry, and so on. As I got older, I had more and more recipes, well over 100. Put them into a cookbook. Ate from my recipes my entire life. It allowed me to stay leaner in the off season. It allowed my clients, thousands, not hundreds, thousands, to diet easier than last time. I've trained countless IFBB pros, and wherever I've gone, people have talked about my diets as being revolutionary, as in making a massive impact on society. Gone are the days of chicken, broccoli, and rice. I started this all years ago. If you were alive long enough, perhaps if you studied, you would realize this. I changed the game. And so you're saying, what have I done? I've done a ton in comparison to you.
This is just an obvious, it's a scam. It's just a money making.
Just because you make money on something doesn't mean it's a scam. What else is a scam? Is Louis Vuitton clothing a scam? Are buying luxury vehicles and race cars also scam? I mean, they charge so much. And so is it a scam? No, because people want it and they pay for it. You know what's actually a scam? People pretending they're selling my cookbook and going to Etsy and selling it for 70% off. Or people selling my cookbook, charging people, and them not giving it because they're getting it on some scam website. Or when people copy my book, the recipes, and they lie to people on what they're getting. That's a scam. Me selling the book and you getting it, whether it's PDF or hard copy, not a scam. If Derek or some other company says they're selling Ajuga Turkistanica and it's not Ajuga Turkistanica, that's a scam. It will be equivalent to me saying, this is vintage wine from 1974. And rather than that, it's a bottle of beer. That would be a scam. Oh, but they're both alcohol. It would be a scam. You can't lie about what you're selling. I'm not lying about what I'm selling. You can test it at any time that you want. Other people have already done so. And if you do, prove it. Take it, test it, do something rather than talking out of your ass.
Fine, like I get it, but don't drag my name through the mud to sell your...
Drag your name under the mud. Every time I mention you, you get that many more followers. Bros acting like my videos somehow make him less infamous.
I don't know too much about the modern fitness space. I think it's I'm really disappointed in like the direction it's taken.
I mean, you can't write the script any worse. He is the epitome of what a bad fitness influencer is actually like. Trying to convince teenagers that they don't look good enough, that they have to bone smash, take drugs, peptide steroids, you name it, because they're not good enough. There is no worse fitness influencer than this. He doesn't go to the gym. He's lost 15 pounds of muscle. He sniffs creatine. He's stopped doing math, thankfully, from 2 weeks ago. How is this a positive role model? Rich Piana influenced you to do what you're doing. How do you think that's great? Oh,
you know... The one thing I always hate about watching Greg's videos is that high-pitched squealing voice. And sometimes I just have to pause it so I can let my ears rest for a bit before I play anymore.
Influencers were way better back in the day. Whatever it takes. You are the epitome of whatever it takes and doesn't work. Why not do the healthy, low-hanging fruit? You go to the gym, you train, you eat healthy. Saying Coach Greg's a bad fitness influencer, it makes no sense.
People will work out for maybe 6 months, have like a little bit of muscle that's able to be kind of frauded in like downlighting, and start a fitness page.
I mean, bro, you said people train for 6 months and they're fitness influencers, they're coaches. What are you? You're 19 years old, you've been on steroids since you're 14, you've lost 15 pounds of muscle, and you're an influencer. You're literally saying the opposite of what you should be doing.
Honest, like I'll never like lie about like, I've taken every drug. I don't think that anyone should. I think recreational drugs are horrible.
Does this not remind you of Togi? How is this a good influencer? You don't think that him taking every single drug, talking about it, look smacking, is going to influence those 14 to 17-year-olds to do the same?
Never reason to, be doing.
I think you did that in my gym pre-workout.
Yeah.
Rather than sniffing creatine, can we not just take the Blue Lobster pre-workout with Solidicide, the best
Blue Lobster, more like Blue Oyster.
pre-workout in the world? Amazing energy, going to uplift your mood, your spirits. You're going to feel very, very happy. Code Greg 15% off. And rather than those stupid candy dessert junk that Clavicular's eating before going to the gym, pick up a Seco bar. Code Seco, it's 50% off. And so Clavicular, is this also a scam? It's $19.99 for a box. How is that a scam? For 12 bars, 21 grams of protein, 230 calories. You can't get better than this. I have the best supplement company in the world, the best sourced ingredients, the best overall supplements you can buy. Amazing taste, amazing ingredients from the best sources. HCLT supplements, if you want to be a sponsored athlete, paid athlete, and so on, even if you want to be an ambassador, click the link in the description and apply right now. We're looking to grow the company to the moon. Wait till you see the news that I get to announce soon about where we're in next. Thousands of stores. Get ready for it. And so Clavicular.
I don't need to. Why not?
Perhaps you want to try my supplements before knocking them down. You have no experience on this. You're just a friggin' kid at 19. You have no experience on this. You're just 19 years of age. Your whole life is ahead.
Okay, we get the point. He's 19 years old. Jesus Christ. I'm glad that's over with. Ugh. What a maroon. Clavicular calls me out. A lot of people call you out. Why don't call yourself a cab next time? Did you see that passport, bro? Floyd was what? I did not know. You talking about Floyd Mayweather? Is that who you're talking about, Floyd Mayweather? Hold on a minute, let me... Did he get arrested? No, I don't see any news about... Which Floyd... which Floyd are you talking about? That's the only Floyd I care about. The hell with everybody else. 2633. Why would they mention me for? Oh God.
Driver or whatever the hell that taxi cab, DC cab or whatever the fuck that movie was.
It was, they were B movies, but hey, I've never been in any movie, so it was cool, you know.
No, they did some movies, but I think after a while, when you start getting a little crazy, that's not going to get you into movies. You can be crazy on screen, but you can't be crazy off screen. When you're crazy off screen, then producers are like, I'm not going to be able to work with this guy.
Yeah, the reputation's going to follow that.
You can be crazy on screen, but not off screen.
Yeah. They had some fame. Yeah, they were, you know, especially in our bodybuilding community, they were like, wow, this is good. Anybody that's in every fucking movie is like, I remember when Chickarillo and Piana were on Malcolm in the Middle. They had a small little scene where they were in like a park, and they were in there, and it was kind of cool. Wow, look, there's Bob Chick and fucking Piana. You know,
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, you don't get, you know, our bodybuilding guys didn't get a lot of fucking, you know, play in that arena.
I've been in a few movies. Yeah, it's fun, but it's not major though.
Doesn't matter. Still, it's to be in any fucking TV or movie is fucking great. You know, Raw Fu. The fans want Greg's thoughts on Vince Goodrum's physique in his prime. Vince was very slim and he was in good shape when he was younger.
Yeah, I'm sure the fans are just dying to know. I like Goodrum.
No, but Vince was, to his credit, when he competed, he looked, he looked like
he's
a
trying to
natural.
start trouble. I'm not talking. Vince is a good guy. I like him personally.
I like Vince. I love Vince. He's a pisser. Here's Peter Palpin, Greg. He has his own account. This man is so obsessed with me. I never got to my point because of all you interrupted me at every chance you got. Interrupted. They didn't even.
Yeah, like I said, you guys have seen my pictures. As far as me competing is concerned, I've not competed. The thing about it is, folks, for the most part, my competition days are practically far behind me. I mean, we're not talking Phillip Rivers retired. We're talking about a time period of at least 16 years since I've last competed. And 16 years is a very long time. I mean, we're talking about a change in technology, literally everything, But a lot of people don't know this. Greg Valentino bodybuilding a lot of people see Greg Valentino and stuff like that. But at one time, Greg was the freaking man, I mean, you got pictures like this here. I mean, when Greg was competing there, he was no joke whatsoever. He used to literally blow people out from the moon there. So let me show you a picture of Greg. And by the way, this is a natural physique. He wasn't taking anything. I kid you not, folks. Greg was not taking any steroids at that time. Go ask him. That right there is all natural right there. Greg had a naturally good physique there. There's no synthol, and he was not using any steroids, folks. Some people don't believe me, but he didn't. Greg had a great physique back in, I think this is 1982 when he was competing. So Greg had an awesome physique there. So, I mean, but at the same time, time goes by. Greg is in his 60s, I'm about to freaking collect AARP, and everything. Time marches on there, and stuff. We get older. I'm not saying that I won't ever compete again, but it'll definitely be in the Masters. But I have no regrets at all. If I didn't compete, it wouldn't be so much, And that's the thing I don't like about Cuban or McCuck. It's like, what the fuck are they doing here, Seriously. The Delray Misfits is all about bodybuilding and lifting weights. Big Lenny competed. Janoy competed. Kalora competed. Big Brad and stuff. All competed. And then comes these two lumps of shit, McCuck and Cuban, who have absolutely, positively no association whatsoever to bodybuilding. None. They've never competed. They've never lifted really real weights. They've never been a power lifter. They've never ran or sold supplements. They've never sold steroids or took steroids to begin with. It's like this is a bodybuilding community. Delray Misfits is, they're about the piss troopers, but at the end of the day, the core, the meat and potatoes of the Delray Misfits is bodybuilding and lifting weights. So if the core cause of the Delray Misfits as well as the piss troopers is lifting weights, what the fuck is Cuban and McCuck doing here? They do not belong. Period. Not only that, they have no alpha credentials. None. Absolutely none. Cuban up there complaining about not having a medal for fighting in a war. Cuban, do you want to borrow my Desert Storm medal? Huh? You want me to send it out to you? You want me to send you my National Defense Medal for Desert Storm? Feel free. I'll give it to you. Heck, I'll give you some of my ribbons too, you know, while I'm at it. It makes no difference. It's not the ribbons that give you alpha credentials. It's the work and the duty. And I'm sorry if you were too big of a pussy to play college football or be in the military or being a corrections officer, being a bouncer, or being an ICE agent, or some other dangerous job such as someone that works on freaking power lines, or a logger where a log can crash in on you and stuff. I'm sorry you didn't go through that, but those are your decisions. You decided to puss out, you know? You pussed out from earning your alpha credentials. Here's the thing, Raw Foods. He's involved in an industry that he doesn't participate in. If this was a gaming community, then I would love to have McCuck around. And I would actually leave because I'm not a gaming person. Yes, he games. If this was a gaming community, it isn't. The Delray Misfits core exercises is bodybuilding and lifting weights. Okay? I mean, I don't make the rules. I mean, Sal, Big Lenny, Big Richard, Jay Masters. I mean, everyone has, you know, all of them have in common being at the gym, lifting weights, competing and stuff. If the Delray Misfits were gamers, McCuck would fit right in. If they work with wastewater, then Cuban would fit in. But Cuban and McCuck are not bodybuilders. They don't lift weights. I would be accepting if they had actually sold some steroids or something, or sold some supplements, or worked at a booth there, you know, or so forth. They have had no association with exercise, muscle, or anything. Nothing. What is wrong with that? If you have no association, what the hell are you doing here? Seriously, what? I mean, at the very least, McCuck at least got into some shitty 1-minute boxing match with Jay Masters, and he thinks he's a Delray Misfit. I could at least give McCuck credit for somewhat getting involved with the Delray Misfits. But goddamn it, if you, at the very least, go into the gym and lift some weights or something. You don't have to earn your alpha credentials, but earn your piss trooper credentials, for crying out loud. You know, because the piss is all about lifting weights. And going in the gym. And getting big arms and stuff, you know. I mean, we're not a bunch of pussies. We're not just keyboard warriors. We'll beat a nigga's ass, you know. Because we big enough. We're supposed to be. Period. Non-negotiable. That is my only problem with Cuban and McCuck. They just don't belong. Okay? They don't belong whatsoever. If I'm hanging out with some of my former co-workers from Greenville County Detention Center and someone walks up and never worked for a Greenville County Detention Center, we're going to tell them to get the fuck on. What are you doing here? You didn't roll with us. You weren't part of our crew. Period. Do you show up to a class reunion in which you didn't graduate from? Do you? Seriously. It's like McCuck and him showing up at my class reunion, which I recently had, you know, 30 years away from high school. That's McCuck and Cuban. They're showing up at a class reunion for a class that they didn't even graduate from. They have no involvement in bodybuilding. If they start having some involvement, lifting weights, taking supplements, competing, which I would doubt, you know, or something, sold some, if they even sold some, I mean, at least take a shot of steroids up the asshole or something, you know, sell some vitamins or something, work a booth at a fitness expo. Do something. Sell Herbalife products. I mean, do something that's nutrition or bodybuilding or fitness related. Sell some Amway products. They sell Nutrilite. Can you not do that? Can you not have some sort of association that we can associate you with? And I'm sorry if I'm going out on a tantrum, but people ask me, what do I not like about Cuban and McCuck? It's not that I don't like them in particular. It's the fact that they simply don't belong, They don't belong here. And I would love for them to belong here. It's like Mayor of bodybuilding, He used to be a guy that used to be on muscular development and stuff like that. He was a main moderator and everything. And I didn't like him. But at the very least, he actually competed and got on stage, skinny as he is and everything. But my whole point is, this is the piss. Lift some weights. Get into the gym. Get healthy. What are you doing here? Why is a non-bodybuilding, non-fitness person hanging around fitness people for? What are you doing here? You don't belong. Get lost. Either that, get lost, or get lifting. All right? And I'm kind of surprised you've watched every single last one of Big Lenny's videos. And if you watch Big Lenny's video, does that not motivate you to get into the gym and start lifting weights? I sometimes, before I go and lift there, I watch some of Big Lenny's videos there, and it gets me in the mood to lift some freaking weight, to push heavy, Won't do it. The minute McCuck and Cuban actually hit the gym and start lifting weights is the minute I will actually show a little bit of respect to them. But in the meantime, they're cucks. They're cookie cutters. All right? McCuck and Cuban are cookie cutters. Until then.
Just lay that color right in there. Let it slide easy as a whisper. We're making a little 7 to go with our 6. 2 neighbors keeping each other company. 67. That girl was 67. She's beautiful.
Hey, brother. Just stopping by to see what kind of candy you got. You're not one of them, are you, brother?
They did it! Iron Fist have taken the grand final 3-2! What a comeback!
It's ours at last. We stuck together and it paid off. Unbelievable.
We were born for this moment.
Everything, brother.
Somebody get the manager out here right now!
Ma'am, please step down from the counter.
No! I paid good money to be here and you're telling me the shrimp tray is empty? Unbelievable!
Should we call
I want the manager now! I'm not getting...
Let's go, you got it?
Push it, big guy! Wait, this thing's groaning already.
Wait, what's that sound?
Huh?
You good?
I'm good. Wow.
Just lay that color right in there.
Was that an actual... that AI is beginning to get kind of scary. It's really getting kind of scary. I wonder why I got flagged for this here.
What if I told you you only need to spend 30 minutes in the gym for 3 days a week?
Hey, Cuban, if you're listening in on the channel, pay attention.
Build an incredible physique. This minimalist program revolves around 6 key compound lifts split into 3 30-minute workouts with only 2 to 3 exercises in each workout. Day 1, you're going to start with a strict barbell overhead press. This exercise primarily targets the front delts, but you also get plenty of side delt activation as well, eliminating the need for lateral raises since we're going minimalist. You'll also get plenty of triceps work. Then, you'll move on to a deadlift variation. Feel free to choose between a conventional, stiff-legged, or Romanian deadlift. Any of these variations are going to target your glutes.
I prefer Romanian deadlifts.
Hamstrings, and spinal erectors. Conventional deadlifts will get the quads more involved, whereas the Romanian and stiff-legged variations will target the hamstrings more. An optional exercise to tack on at the end is your choice of a bicep curl, but you'll get a decent amount of biceps work with the pulling exercises in this routine on the following days, so this is optional. Day 2, you'll start with a good old-fashioned bench press. Of course, this is going to primarily target your pecs with some front delts and triceps. Then you'll move on to a chest-supported row. The reason we're using a chest support is because you're already getting a ton of work on your spinal erectors and hamstrings from the deadlift on day 1. So we just want to focus on building the upper back, including the rhomboids, rear delts, and traps. Another optional exercise to add is a standing calf raise, since you won't get much calf work in this routine. But calves are particularly difficult to grow, so you need to decide if it's worth your time or not. Finally, on day 3, you'll start with a neutral grip pull-up. If you can't do a bodyweight pull-up yet, feel free to use a pull-up assist machine or resistance bands until you get strong enough. Once you can knock out 8 bodyweight pull-ups, you want to start adding a bit of weight onto a belt to progressively overload. The pull-up primarily targets the lats with some bicep involvement as well. Then, for the final compound lift, you'll do a squat. This can really be any squat variation you want, a traditional barbell back squat, a front squat, or my personal favorite, an SSB squat. The squat will primarily target the quads with some glutes and adductors involved. If you want to bias the quads more, I would recommend a front or SSB squat as opposed to a traditional back squat. The last optional exercise is an overhead tricep extension. I prefer skull crushers to target the long head of the triceps, which doesn't get much work from your pressing movements. Each set should be taken to 0 to 1 reps shy of failure. You can run it on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or however you choose. Just make sure you get 1 day of rest between each workout to recover. With this routine, you only need to spend an hour and a half in the gym each week, and you'll get insanely jacked.
I mean, that definitely is a minimalist workout there. You know, kind of a classic physique, but it would work. Although, I mean, if you want me, you know, I prefer Romanian deadlifts. And the only reason why is because I don't like, you know, with regular deadlifts, you tend to scrape your knees there. As far as a Romanian deadlift, you don't really have a chance of doing it. That's why I prefer the Romanian ones as opposed to a regular deadlift. Does that make sense? What is this here?
Can you fucking see me now?
No, we can't.
I can't.
I'm gonna retire early because of this.
Oh my god!
Oopsie.
All right, sir, let's head toward the door. Watch your step.
Hey, I still got room for dessert.
Been at the table for 6 hours, man. Policy says we gotta cut it off.
Hey, right. I was minding my plate.
We understand. Let's get you some.
All right, just let it go. Breathe out. Nice and loose. Relax the neck for me. Good. And through the wall.
Oh.
Try to stay loose.
What are you doing? It was one shot. Where's my team? Move! Move!
Hey, bro, quit all that yelling. You gonna have to get off the game.
Can you?
I'm telling you, folks, this Sora stuff is getting dangerous. Man, the Barbarian Brothers have been literally everywhere. They were on Dave's show. Shoot. Who the hell is this?
If you are seeing this, I am in jail. I discovered information that connected Israel to many of the atrocities that have happened in recent time. And upon clicking upload on every single...
What is Kenny KO? Kenny KO is getting into some real Nazi stuff.
social media platform of that video, count deletion. X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. And then on top of seizing millions of followers, I also did some jail time. Now they wanted to make sure I didn't have this story anymore. Don't worry, you don't have to arrest me again. I'm not going to talk about it in this video, but what I will say is it's stored in many places. You can criticize Christianity, mock Jesus, mock Muslims, make racial jokes, but there is one country and one people you are not allowed to criticize, even if everything is fact-based. Forensic studies, court hearings. I assume even the people have told me if you go to push follow on this account right now, you will get a prompt that warns you about the follow. If you don't believe me, try it for yourself.
What is he talking about? But lately, Kenny KO has been spitting some anti-Semitic stuff, in my opinion. He needs to cool out there, folks. Cool out. Don't get yourself in trouble. Just don't do that. All right, let's hear some Tanner Shuck there. So
Let me make this very clear before anyone gets confused. I don't care about being a pretty boy aesthetic influencer. I don't care about having perfect digestion. I don't care about having perfect macros or tracking every gram of like some calorie counting.
I care about being strong as fuck with a barbell and my own body weight, and staying lean enough to move well and not look or feel like a sack of shit. YouTube fitness is filled with pretty boy juice heads or science-based dweebs. And here's where people who are new to my channel may get it twisted. I'm not a power lifter. I'm not a calisthenics guy. And I'm certainly not a fitness model. I'm the guy that wants to deadlift 500, squat 405 for reps, bench and overhead press heavy, power snatch 225, and clean and jerk 300 pounds. I want to bang out weighted muscle ups, pull-ups, and dips. I want to be a savage on the rower and assault bike. I will always stay around 10 to 50% body fat and not feel like a fragile little bird when life gets uncomfortable. I played D1 college football, competed and won professionally in CrossFit. I'm not the best at any one thing, but I can do everything even as a 38-year-old man. That's my goal. So now let's talk about food, because most of you are overthinking it and still staying small. And that's why I laugh when I see these pencil neck carnivore zealots eating steak off cutting boards while weighing $150 and wondering why they're not growing. You don't need to take this as seriously as I do, but you also don't need to live like a monk and micromanage every calorie. I've eaten basically the same foods for 20 years because they work. I was also born in the 80s, so I don't have these mysterious stomach issues that everyone else seems to have today. I eat gluten. I eat dairy. I don't have cheat meals. If I want ice cream or a chocolate bar, I just fucking eat it, because I've already earned that flexibility by being strong, lean, and disciplined for a long time. And honestly, I think most people are just soft. Actually, I don't think most people are soft. I know most people are soft. If my stomach feels a little uncomfortable one day, I don't care. You know what else is uncomfortable? Pulling 500-pound deadlifts, squatting 405 for 10 reps, weighted pull-ups with plates hanging from you. So get over it. If being strong and jacked isn't more important to you than how your tum-tum feels, that's fine. Just be honest about it. And one more thing. If you're fat, weak, and can't do a single strict pull-up, stay the fuck away from ice cream or any other junk food for that matter. You don't deserve it, and that weak-ass pussy mindset of yours is slowly killing you. Flexibility in your diet is earned, not given. All right, so here are the top 5 foods and meals I eat to stay strong, jacked, and relatively lean. Again, this is not a pretty boy diet. Number 1, red meat. Every single day. This is the most anabolic food on the planet. It's loaded with vitamins, minerals, iron, zinc. Everything that you need to get stronger.
He is correct on that. Red meat is always going to be anabolic.
And recover from hard training. My go-tos, steak and potatoes. Or my anabolic bowl, which is steak, eggs, shredded cheese, white rice, and sriracha sauce.
Whoa! What did he just say?
Potatoes. Or my anabolic bowl, which is steak, eggs, shredded cheese, white rice, and sriracha sauce.
Man, that's a lot of stuff there. Sounds tasty, but I never thought of mixing that all together.
Also, steak and egg burritos with sour cream and Greek yogurt. And yes, I eat the tortilla. Again, I don't care about having the perfect diet. Number 2, whole eggs. Most mornings, I'm eating 6 to 10 whole eggs, scrambled or omelets with...
I eat 3 eggs every other day. So, but yeah, he is right about that.
Sourdough toast. Eggs contain every vitamin except vitamin C. And stop being afraid of cholesterol. Cholesterol is good for you. You should go out of your way to eat more cholesterol. And if you're scared of cholesterol, it's because you've been brainwashed by media and propaganda. And I highly recommend you go watch my videos where I ate up to 36 eggs a day. I'll link those in the description. Number 3 is Greek yogurt. I eat it at least twice a day. My go-tos, a yogurt and orange juice smoothie, yogurt with frozen blueberries and honey, or a yogurt with a protein bar and maple syrup.
He is right on that. Yogurt is very anabolic there. I use Orcos, and I eat mine very plain, either with I'll either plain or I usually prefer mine with blueberries. But yes, Greek yogurt is very anabolic, so he's correct.
It's basically a protein dessert. Easy calories, easy protein, zero stress. Number 4, chicken shakes and big protein shakes. Chicken is boring as hell, so I don't waste time pretending it isn't. I'll take a rotisserie chicken, blend it with water, and down it. Fast, efficient, done. And when I'm in a pretending it isn't.
I want to read that back again.
Chicken is boring as hell, so I don't waste time pretending it isn't. I'll take a rotisserie chicken, blend it with water, and down it. Fast, efficient, done. And when I'm in a pinch, 3 to 4 scoop whey protein shakes. I got this from my boy Scott Solomon, former NFL player, 500-pound bencher, 420-pound power clean, and natty. Mix it with Fairlife milk, get the calories in, and move on. Stop romanticizing food. Eat it. And number 5, turkey sandwiches. Extra turkey, sourdough bread, 2 or 3 at a time. Simple, repeatable, high protein. My wife makes them and they're delicious. So here's the bottom line. You don't need carnivore, keto, vegan, fancy cutting boards, or calorie spreadsheets, or steroids. You need anabolic foods, enough calories, enough protein, and years of brutal training lifting heavy weights. Most guys aren't small because of genetics. They're small because they eat like pencil neck pretty boy fitness influencers that train like pussies. And if you're a man who wants to start eating and training the right way, that actually wants to get strong and jacked, apply for one-to-one custom coaching. I'll put that link here next to my head. We'll jump on a free call where I can get to know you and your exact situation. And if we both think it's a good fit, we can discuss if working together makes sense. You have nothing to lose and potentially everything to gain. Again, it's free. And if you haven't already, like, share, and subscribe, and watch whichever video of mine.
Tanner Shuck, he won a bunch of CrossFit competitions. But he's mostly known for CrossFitting. And of course, he played for the. Now, folks, he did play college football, but he played for the Rice Owls. And y'all don't believe me? I always forgot. You know, that's the reason why he doesn't mention. He'll mention that he played football, but, you know, he played for the Rice Owls, all right? What the hell is a Rice Owl anyway? I mean, seriously. Does anyone know what a Rice Owl is? Yeah, you play college football, but you play for the fucking Rice Owls. And folks, let me put it to you this way. Usually the Rice Owls get destroyed. And when I say destroyed, I mean destroyed. When they played South Florida, they got beat 52-3. Rice Owls don't win games. They are a college football team. They are in the NCAA division. I mean, but you know, they're and you know the worst part is he was a red shirt too. But you know, he played college football, and that is alpha credential worthy. All right? If you played college football, you got alpha credentials. All right? High school football, no. College football, yes. Because then at that point in time, once you're playing college football, you're playing an elite, you're beginning your steps in playing against elite players. You're not playing against. So here's the thing, folks, why I classified a difference between college football and high school football. High school football, you can just come on the team. You're not recruited. College football, you are recruited by scouts. No different than the NFL. that means that scout is saying, hey, you're a great football player, you're a great baseball player, you are a great basketball player. That means you're being recruited. Recruitment equals alpha credentials, all right? But yeah, Tanner was a fucking rice owl, all right? No disrespect for them, but their football team is just plain horrible. I mean, they have beaten some ass there, I mean, in football, but not much, you know. They've taken more beatings than they've given there, you know. So I would call them a versatile bottom. That's what we call it in the gay community. When you top a little bit and you bottom mostly, then you're a versatile bottom, all right? But he still got his alpha credentials for playing college football. No, I consider college football as alpha credentials because you're recruited. You know, you can't just get on a college football team. You just can't walk into college and get on and play college football. You have to be recruited. You have to be selected. All right? You have to have a college scholarship. All right? Period. College football is alpha credentials. All right? I've said it. If I say it's alpha credentials, then goddamn it, you better take my advice. I have no clue what a rice owl is. I really don't. Why couldn't they call themselves owls? I get the fact that it's Rice University. Just call yourself owls, all right? A freaking owl, all right? I mean, how hard is it? Why does it got to be a rice owl? There is no such thing as a rice owl. Just call yourself a freaking owl, okay? Owl! I don't know what's wrong with people these days. I just don't. Ryan, what's up, man? No, working at I'm sorry, but working in wastewater is not alpha credential worthy. But I mean, he is doing a good public service. I mean, I guess you got to get rid of stuff like that, you know, but it's kind of embarrassing that one time he actually asked me about wastewater. When was that time that he asked me about that anyway? I remember. Wow, this is pretty old. And just relax, y'all remember when my live streams was just this, basically? You know? No, I didn't bust those cheeks or anything like that, you know. Drove him home, said goodnight, gave him a little kiss, you know. See, you don't want to screw on the first date there, you know. You don't want to look like a gorilla pimp or anything like that. You know, you got to be nice there, you know. A lot of people, they always want to jump into the bed and everything like that. Andrew Tate, I haven't looked over that little issue yet. I'll check it out there, you know. Pillow talk, no. Folks, I'm a gentleman, you know. I don't go and do stuff like that. I really don't. Well, Big Lenny only makes challenges in order to build up his channel and to build up his reputation. But, you know, it goes automatically back down. Yeah, the early days of my live streams. Indeed. That was actually technically this year. This is actually
Whenever.
This is actually actually, now that I think about it, this is my actual official first live stream that I did, actually. I mean, I'm not kidding. This is live stream number 1. This is live stream prime, actually.
And then I'll put it on the Ninja Grill.
Y'all gotta watch that one there, Radius Merlot, and if you want to watch the first original live stream that I did, I mean, between that and technically the McDonald's one was what I consider I guess I would consider this the first. Yeah.
Well, it looks like you got blocked there, Antonio, so I'll go ahead and show your question. Why do they do flippy stuff? I don't know. I would honestly say that people want to see the flippy stuff there. It's like the hardcore. When people were getting hit with chairs and trash can lids and stuff like that, people pushed that, and that's why you had hardcore titles. That's just the way things are. It was the same thing with the 70s and everything.
You know, I really should finish the wine first before I pour more.
CM Punk is a good guy. I mean, he really is. It doesn't matter if he's boring or not, though. I don't think he's boring. I think remember, professional wrestling is a job like anything else, you know. And
yeah, that's right. Jay Masters was in his coma at the time there. The original air date was June 10th, 2022. You know, I had no intention of actually doing live streams, but here we are, you know. People kept enjoying it, so yeah. And now we just do live stream reviews and stuff, so yeah. And I think the first time I started reviewing videos is when I did the vegan gain substitution stream, which didn't go too well.
Oh my god. It's stupid. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Yeah, he literally just defended criminal activity, but then said perfectly the Discord. Thanks for that donation, that booty cum.
And what we're seeing is that parasocial...
What is going on?
relationships...
Let me see.
Oh yeah, this is when Vegan Gains accidentally jumped me and challenged me to a debate. Now I remember that stream. Yeah, that was the Sean G one. But it was I called it the Vegan Gain Substitution stream. Yep, it's right here. And it was 5 hours long, actually. It's kind of quiet there, but I can hear some of it. Yeah, this is the first reaction stream I did. Purity, you know. All they need to do is get some, you know, ex-veterans. You know, there's a lot of veterans that need jobs out there.
Pay them some money. They can go out and guard the schools, and you won't have that, you know. And vets know how to deal with situations like that, you know. It's a matter of security itself, you know.
Yeah, that was a 5-hour stream right there.
Because there aren't any.
And then the stream just started breaking down because, again, I was using I never had the cellular internet set up at the time. So everything just started crackling. Yeah, I had like yeah, that was a 5-hour stream. Everyone, I had at least 70 or 80 people in chat at the time there. I mean, I had a lot of people in that chat. The most I've had lately, maybe 20 or so forth. But, you know, then again, if I ever get to the point to where the business is going and I'm not having to work anymore to pay bills, I'll do more streaming like I used to, you know, and do more 5-hour streams here because I really miss doing that. So, but unfortunately, I don't have the time really with work and everything to, you know, run all the long streams like I used to. I mean, oh boy. Yeah. One of these days, folks, when things get better, you know, I'm back out and running the business only, we'll go back to the 4-hour live streams. Oh God. But until then, I'm going to try to run it as best as I can, you know. In any event, let's get some music playing. 12 minutes. Get your questions in. Oh boy. Because I'm done playing videos.
Here's some of the best simple advice. Oh boy. Let's see what we got on hand for tonight. Yep. Got a you know, I'm not having any orders right now. So it's given me a lot of time to rework the websites. I don't expect orders around this point in time simply due to the fact that it's Christmas. No one's going to be really ordering anything at this point. Dome, dome, dome.
Let's see if I've actually sold anything. I still have to check anyway. Nope. My Great Flex comes with a workout book automatically, so I have that. But I've been working out on a total trainer type machine for over 20 years. So I know all the exercises that I can do when training. So not a big deal at all. Although I'm taking a little break to let my muscles rest, recover and recoup. So I'm just keeping it light. Plus I'm going to be doing some other stuff which I'm not going to really discuss, but just want to let you guys know that. So I don't know what's going on here. Let's see if I got anything PayPal related. But I not only have workout charts, I mean, I still have my Arnold's Book of Modern Bodybuilding. I mean, I have a ton of workout and bodybuilding books, including that one you mentioned, Chemical Muscle Enhancement. So my boy in Bangladesh is going to check over my work that he said. So let's see what he's got to say. You know, he's probably one of the best people I've actually hired, though. But man, he's been putting me to work there in terms of what needs to be changed on the websites. Like I said before, and just looking at it from my mobile phone, the website looks freaking awesome. The thing about it is sometimes the best people you can hire is people that will actually teach you how to do something. Now my website looks banging. It's a lot easier to read. Did Great Flex name their product after... I honestly don't know. I think they just made up the freaking name or something. I mean, they got a website, and it doesn't look pretty bad. I don't know the actual name of the company itself, but they do have an unauthorized seller policy. But they only have one authorized seller, which is United Outlets. And Canada's Talish Studios, but yeah. I mean, I don't know who this guy is. You know, it'd be nice if you knew the name of the person. There's not even a name of the guy. I mean, is this guy an owner? Is this stock photo or something? Nobody knows. But here's the funny thing. let me show you something here. I forgot. They sell the Great Flex machine. They sell dumbbells. But they also sell shampoo, conditioner, and oil serum. I don't... That is just the odd thing. They also sell this stuff for some odd reason. So they sell the machine, they sell dumbbells, and just out of the blue they sell shampoo and conditioner and oil. I don't get it. But it may give a clue as far as to who actually owns the company. And this is the website, so based on the website design itself, chances are whoever owns this site also owns the Great Flex. Quick, they need to give Vince a signature Great Flex. The reason why I bought it was because it was on sale. I got it for like $500. And it included everything. And I can get it in different colors. I got mine in white, like my ex. I mean, it looks good, folks. But nowadays they sell it for like $900. But it's quite sturdy. You get all, I mean, plus it comes with all the stuff. I mean, you can't really beat that. Lifetime warranty. You can put up to 450 pounds on it. A person at 6'5" can work out on it. Adjustable. You got all your stuff here. What else do you need? You just need one machine. The Grade 8 Flex. But I mean, the thing about it is, folks, I don't have much room in my home to work out. I have half of this room. Half of it is my office. The other half is where I work out. So I have that, and I have my I have my Bowflex Max Trainer. And it's fine for me because this, I mean, when I can't get to the gym, I use this equipment, and it works perfectly fine for me. You don't need nothing too fancy, folks. You really don't. You just need to have consistency. You have to have a game plan. If you have a game plan, you're perfectly fine. I just can't see why they would just sell this hair conditioner for. Now, folks, if you want a full rack of things, look at this here. For $1,500, you can get the Patriotic Bundle set. You get the weight machine and you get the adjustable dumbbells. But here's the thing, folks. The dumbbells, they're like $800. So you're not really getting a deal. They're just putting two damn things together. And at no point in time would I ever buy two adjustable dumbbells for $800. I mean, Bowflex dumbbells don't cost that much. But folks, that is the end of the show. I never trained on the Bowflex Revolution, just the regular Bowflex machine. I like the machine, but the cords it doesn't fit my room itself there. So it was never a perfect fit for me. But Quick Pump, I also do want to thank you for donating. I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. Tune in tomorrow. We do have the Christmas Eve special. But I'm out of here, and as always, peace and soul.